And good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Rise and Shine Yoga. I'm Paul Barr, the owner of Oxford Yoga Studio in downtown Oxford, 18 North Washington. We're here on another cool summer morning. Actually, it's about 60 degrees out, so it feels more like fall. But it doesn't matter to us because we love yoga any time of the year, spring, summer, winter, fall. So I want to welcome you again to another edition of Rise and Shine Yoga. This morning we're going to do some yin yoga, which is a more passive form of yoga, more kind of like a restorative form of yoga. We hold the poses longer, but we're more gentle. We're not kind of trying to strain into the poses. We're just trying to calm the mind, the breath, the body. So it's a very passive form of yoga. But before we do, as we always do, we want to get into a seated position, bring our palms together at the center of our heart, close our eyes, and dedicate our practice. Set an intention for our practice by offering up our practice for someone or a group of people. We're generating what is called good karma into the world, good thoughts. And by having these good thoughts, by offering up our practice, this generates more good thoughts and more good thoughts. And it kind of multiplies throughout the world. So with your intention made, we're just going to bow our chin to chest, just sealing in that intention, keeping it throughout our practice, knowing that this intention is going to get all the benefits of our hard work this morning. And now very gently come back up, make your way to lying your back. And just for yin yoga, just let your breath be normal. So there's no special yoga breath for this practice. Bend your knees. Place the soles of your feet flat on the mat. And bring your arms out to a T. Now we're just going to gently move our knees very slowly side to side. Just warming up the hips, loosening them up a little bit. Kind of moving the legs like the windshield wiper of a car. Just very slowly, very, very slowly. If you want, you can have your eyes closed. And now gently bring your knees to center. Bring your knees into your chest. Really hug them in. Maybe rock side to side, massaging your back. And now gently bring your arms out to a T. Just let your knees drop gently over to the right. Just let them fall over. For our first spinal twist of the morning. And with a spinal twist, just let the knees just gently fall over. So don't try to bring them up towards your chest. Just let them just flop over and let gravity take hold. And if it's available and if it's comfortable, you can pick your head up and take your gaze over the left shoulder. But you don't have to. Just let the eyes close. The breath, just be very normal breath. As we continue with loosening up all the tight muscles of our body. And then very gently bring your gaze and knees back to center. And then let the knees just drop gently over to the left. And again, if it's available, you can pick your head up, take the gaze over the right shoulder. And again, we're not straining into this pose, we're just letting the knees be taken by gravity, pulling us deeper into the pose. And then very slowly, very gently, bring your knees, lift up your head, bring the gaze to center. Bring the knees back into the chest, really squeeze them in. Rock side to side, just massaging the back. And very gently make your way up to a seated position at the front of your mat. This ends our first segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. And just take a quick break, maybe get a sip of water. We'll come back for our next segment, continuing with our Yin Yoga practice this morning. And welcome back to our next segment of Rise and Shine Yoga, continuing with our Yin practice this morning. So I want you to come into a seated position, have your legs crossed, bring your hands behind your hips, just press yourself forward, and bring your hands gently onto the mat. Let your chin drop, let your back round. This is another pose, working the hips. And again, you can go farther onto the mat with your hands, but just make sure that it's a comfortable position because we're going to be here just for a little bit. Very slowly, very gently come back up. This time we're just going to switch positions of our legs. So your front leg goes behind, your back leg comes in front. And again, we're going to take our hands behind our hips, press ourselves forward. And again, just gently bring the hands onto the mat. Let the chin and back round, eyes closed, breath be very normal. Very gently press yourself back up. This time extend your legs wide, but only as wide as is comfortable. Let your feet and your knees open up, just like gravity take hold of them. And again, take your hands, bring them behind your hips, press yourself forward, and just gently bring your hands onto the mat in front of you. Let the chin drop back round. You should feel a stretch behind the legs. If you feel a stretch in the lower tailbone area, please come back up, because that's not where we want to stretch. And very slowly come back up. This time, keeping your right leg extended, bring the sole of your left foot very gently, bring it on the inside of your right thigh. Again, bring your hands behind your hips, press yourself forward, then very gently bring your hands in front of the crossed leg in front of you. Again, just let the feet and the knees of the right leg just be taken by gravity. Very slowly and very gently come back up. Extend the left leg out, and this time bring the sole of your right foot on the inside of the left leg. Again, take your hands behind your hips, press yourself forward, bring your hands onto the mat in front of you, let the chin drop back round, eyes close, breath be normal. And again, let the feet, the foot and the knee of the left leg just be taken by gravity. And very gently come back up. Straighten both legs out in front of you. Then come to a seated position at the front of your mat. This ends our second segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. Again, take a quick break, and I'll see you in our final segment, finishing off our yin practice.
Hi, I'm Elgin Nichols.
And I'm Terry Stiles.
Join Terry and me with the Oxford Weekly News broadcast on our Charter 191 and AT&T Channel 99, Monday through Friday, noon, 6:30, and 11 p.m.
Learn about local news in the Addison Township, Leonard, and Oxford viewing areas. News not usually covered by other stations.
If you don't have Charter or AT&T service, you can still catch our programs on your computer just by going to the website occtv.org and click on Programs. There you will find our programs and many others of local interest.
Watch OCTV where your news is closer to home.
And welcome back to our final segment of Rise and Shine Yoga, finishing up our yin practices this morning. This time I want you to have your legs extended, then bring the soles of your feet together, but keep them away from your body. Let the feet and the knees be taken by gravity. Bring your hands behind your hips, press yourself forward, then just gently fold over your legs. If it's available, you can grab your feet or the ankles. We'll let the chin drop, back round. Eyes close, breath be normal. Very slowly, very gently come back up. And then very slowly make your way to lying your back. Bend your knees, place the feet on the mat. This time take your right foot, place it on top of the left knee. And if it's available, you can take your right hand on top of the right knee and just gently guide it toward the floor, toward the mat. This is another hip opener. And gently bring your right foot back onto the floor. This time take your left foot, place it on top of the right knee, and just gently take the left hand, if it's available, place it on top of the left knee and just gently press it toward the ground. And very gently bring the left foot back to the ground, extend both legs straight onto the mat. Keeping the left leg straight, bend the right knee, and pull it into the chest or pull it into the armpit. And then gently release the right leg straight. And then gently bend the left knee. Bring that into the chest or bring it into the armpit. Then bring both knees into the chest. Really hug them in. Rock side to side. And then bring your arms out to a T. And just let the knees drop over to the right. And if it's available, you can pick your head up, take the gaze over the left shoulder. Finishing off with another spinal twist. And again, just letting the knees drop over. We're not forcing them up towards the chest. And gently bring the knees, gaze back to center. Then let the knees drop to the left. And again, if you want, take the gaze over the right shoulder. And bring the knees and the gaze back to center. Hug the knees into the chest. And make your way up. Palms together, bow your head, close your eyes. Thank you again for joining me in another edition of Rise and Shine Yoga. May you have a great week. And we end with Namaste.
There is a place where the air is pure and water runs sparkling clean. There is a place where a small, quaint village stands, surrounded by vast meadows and rolling hills. That place is the jewel of Oakland County. It's called Oxford, Michigan. If your dream or vision is for a safe, secure, and better life, For you and your family, this is your invitation to come see for yourself the wonderful experience that could be yours. It's true that many lakes, nature trails, fishing, and over 500 acres of parks attract lots of people to Oxford. But there's much, much more. Quaint little shops, small pubs, and many unique fine restaurants. Near the center of town is a white church with a steeple, and a park where a live band can be heard playing from the gazebo on hot summer nights. You are easily transported into a more relaxed and unhurried time. Although the village of Oxford reminds you of years past, the warmth and pride of its hard-working residents truly sets it apart from other communities. Oxford School Board has worked with parents to provide their children with the finest education possible. The result? A modern global school system with the first world-renowned international high school program, the 5th Core World Language and Culture program, and 11 premier sister schools expanding the globe from China to Mexico. Oxford residents are safe and secure in knowing they have one of the most modern police and EMT forces in Oakland County. If your vision is to start or expand a new business venture in a fiscally responsible environment, Oxford, Michigan welcomes you with open arms. We are one of the few Oakland County communities to offer the unique one-stop program, where Oxford officials make it easy for developers and builders to complete their projects from start to finish. The one-stop process cuts through financial and legal red tape, frustration that usually faces entrepreneurs as they try to get their project off the ground. If your dream is for a new business venture or a better life for you and your family, there is a place called Oxford, Michigan. You're watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, serving Oxford, Addison Township, and the village of Leonard.